Welcome to The Crows Show, brought to you by Hungry Jacks. Coming up, Ben Keys plays chauffeur in the all-electric BZ4X. And there's no business like fashion business for the Newman sisters. But first, midfielder Sam Berry is proving that hard work and resilience do get rewarded.
Trending in the right direction. I guess, yeah, there's always room for growth, so we'll continue to chip away, but obviously want to play AFL footy, and I'm grateful and excited that I'm in the position that I'm in, so yeah, looking forward to just hopefully keep winning and continuing to progress my game. I think one thing, I'm really grateful to be back playing AFL, and I really don't want to waste the opportunity. You just got to keep chipping away and hopefully cement my spot. And yeah, continue to win and play some finals. I think you just got to find what works for you. And I think when I'm playing not so good footy, there's probably things or trends that start to stick out compared to when I am. So I think it's just staying as consistent as possible and yeah, trying to maintain that. I'm a midfielder, but yeah, I think I try to have a heavily contested game and try to use my size and my presence. I think there's a lot that's kind of happened as far as my skills and my kicking, but I think probably the big one's just consistency and just continuing to keep getting fitter. Late in games, I probably struggled in the past a little bit, so yeah, just trying to keep chip away at that. And every pre-season, I think just helps. I think it's always been a big thing of footy. I mean, really, it's a running game. Especially nowadays. I probably would have liked it 20 years ago, would have suited me a bit better. But so I think, yeah, everyone's got to run, and that's essential. But yeah, I think it's getting from contest to contest, and once you're there, you can kind of bring your weapon or your one wood. Centre bounce now, there's a lot of scores kind of going both ways. Obviously, it's so open, and for us, it can be really damaging with our forwards. We really back them in. So when it's one-on-ones down there, it's a bit different to what it used to be. I guess, if the game's going against you, you could flood it back a bit. But nowadays, yeah, it's so important to win that centre bounce. I mean, there's a lot that goes into it. Everything's planned. We try to best equip ourselves for every scenario that's coming. And so there's a lot of research, a lot of homework. And yeah, I mean, and we train it is a big thing as well. So yeah, I think, games can almost be won and lost there. So yeah, it's pretty important. There's so many players with so many different attributes that you kind of want to just take a bit of everything. I wish I had the speed of some and the strength of others, or the height, or the, whatever it may be, the goal kicking ability of others. So, but yeah, I mean, for me, I guess, my body's what I've got, so I'll just try to make the most of it. I mean, Lachie Neale, he's a star. Like, he just doesn't fumble. He's got a different level, and yeah, I think the speed that he goes at, he's pretty incredible. Like Patrick Cripps, he's like just his size and his first hands is second to none. Clearance work. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot that are pretty impressive. For the fans, that they deserve to see some success. Bit of a rough period, so. I mean, for them, it's huge, but I mean, internally, it's just about us to keep this ball rolling and keep winning some games of footy and get ready for the end of the year.
I've just put all my training gear in the boot, Huss.
Oh,
Mate,
did you?
So much space out there, eh?
It's so good, isn't it?
You'd be able to have, 4 days of travel with all the space out of that.
It's amazing. What about the sound of it? You don't even know it's on.
Wowee.
Very quiet. What are your essential packings, mate, in the training gear? What's in the boot right
Training
now?
gear, first thing that goes in there, in my bag that is my fresh pair of undies. So straight off the track, have a shower and... You
don't want to be doing a Lachie Sholl or a Riley O'Brien, do you?
Nah,
you don't want to be doing that.
Sholly just tried to leave the footy club. Sholly! Did you shower?
Since we jumped straight into it, we've got Alex Neil-Bullen today in the Toyota BZ. I should have mentioned, he's a man that needs no introduction.
It's a bloody pleasure, mate. Thank you so much for having me. I've seen a little bit of content and
nice, mate.
Thought if I'd ever get the tap on the shoulder, I'll drop everything to make sure we get here. So it's a beautiful ride. It's got that nice smell to it, eh?
It's beautiful, yeah. Easy to charge too, apparently. So, really easy. So plug it in at home if you want. No more petrol stations. So it's very nice.
Yeah, good.
So Huss, I'd love to learn a little bit about how the transition's gone, mate. It's obviously home for you.
Yeah.
So talk a bit about that and how's it been being an Adelaide Crow?
Well, first of all, Keezer, thanks for embracing me the way you have and the boys. I've felt so much love and also just value with the role that we play running out the Adelaide Oval from round one. So we played St Kilda in our first game. The momentum that game gave us, but every time we get to play at home, the noise of the crowd, and whether it's a day game, night game, all the seats are filled, and I've just loved it. And that's probably another added bonus coming home, is still to be able to live out my childhood dream of playing AFL footy, but now having the family and friends be able to come along to that journey, whether that's game day, trainings. I had my daughter out at a fair few of the trainings so far, and that's for me
awesome.
is just, it's gold. It's something that you play
Special.
footy because, one, you love it and you love the competitive side, but now to be able to do that along with, you bring your family along for the ride, and I feel very valued here at the Adelaide Footy Club.
You tasted the ultimate success, 2021 for the Melbourne Demons. It's what every player wants to achieve. You're able to do it, mate. After some hard times at the D's, it must be said, and you came through the other side. Quickly touch on how special that was, and then see if you can pull it back to what you want to achieve now at the Crows.
Yeah, that journey at the former club was something that, as a playing group, we all started day one really together. So we came in, had already started a rebuild, but the special thing about that was we started the journey together and we got to the ultimate success, riding the highs and lows of footy, the wins and losses, the momentum swings, but we got to where we wanted to get to over 8 years of time.
Yep.
And that's something that this group, I can already tell, you've started that journey 4 or 5 years ago. People coming into the club are now at the stage where they've got that level of maturity, understand what it takes to perform each week. So I'm sure that when the time comes, whether that's in the near future or down the track, this group have an understanding of each other, and the moment that you can create, it's a special one, and yeah, hopefully we can all be a part of it one day, Keezer.
Absolutely, mate. It would be pretty special. Some special stuff's already happened in your career and your life, mate, but hopefully the best is yet to come.
Good on you,
Ladies and
Keezer.
gentlemen, Alex Neil Bullen in the Toyota BZ. Thanks so much, Huss.
Cheers,
Appreciate
boy.
it.
Don't forget, you can join Brodie Smith, Ebony Marinoff and Mark Thomas every Sunday morning on Triple M from 9 a.m. You can also download the podcast on Listening. Later this afternoon, the Crows are taking on Melbourne on the Adelaide Oval, and it feels like forever since they've played at home. The Crows came off the bye really well and they got the win against Richmond. They now have the opportunity to build some momentum with another win against the Demons.
Yeah, it is. There's a bit of that. Possession's 9/10 of the law, and we want to keep performing as a team. And it's interesting because we ask our guys to play, really specific roles, and not all of those roles necessarily impact from a kicks, marks, and handballs. And so, occasionally we can rate players' games on how many times they touch the ball. We don't do that as a footy club. When we get a result like we do on the weekend, there's 23 players that are playing their role. So. But again, we're always looking at what we need to do medium and longer term as well, locking in on the game we're playing as players, but from a coaching point of view, what do we think we need going to the latter part of this season?
The big danger for Adelaide is Cozzy Pickett. He can do it in two parts of the ground. He's dynamic through the middle with his centre clearances, and also we've seen him go forward and kick some big bags of goals.
Sweet doing the right work now. Pickett just knocked it out of his hand. Melch into Pickett. Picture perfect football.
Needed to beat. Wheels around, turn it over. Pickett's got speed, we know that. He bananas towards goal. This man is a natural.
Whilst Melbourne haven't had the season they would like, when you look at the quality of players still on their list, they've got all Australians and Premiership players everywhere, so they cannot be taken lightly. And of course, after the game, you can catch Crows Live on the AFC website. We'll go live inside the rooms and hear from players and coaches. And thanks to Toyota, if you take a photo of yourself or a friend at one of our games and post it to social media, make sure you use the hashtag WeFlyAsOne. This week's lucky fan is you. Please email faceinthecrowd@afc.com.au with photo ID to claim your prize of 2 tickets to Toyota's exclusive Hilux Hill at Adelaide Oval. The Toyota all-electric BZ4X. Heaps of room in the boot, easy and quick to charge, plug in and you're done. Packed with safety features, it keeps an eye out for you. Smooth, quiet, effortless to drive, the Toyota all-electric BZ4X. Visit a dealership for an extended test drive. The Newman twins, Maddie and Hallie, are proving a big success in the fashion industry. Their brand, Seeing Double, is going from strength to strength.
Seeing double kind of comes from me and Maddie obviously being twins, seeing double looking alike, and then also seeing something new and something old. So obviously having that thrifted piece and seeing that you can rework it into something new. Basically started sewing in my bedroom and then progressed into having the spare room as my little sewing nook, and then also we then ended up taking over the lounge room, the spare bedroom, mum's bedroom, the bathroom, the kitchen. No, we genuinely, we literally just covered the house with all of our stuff. Yeah. And mum was so nice about it. Like she was like, you know, girls, you need to do what you got to do. Yeah. But she was like, can you please get out of my house? There came a point. So I think, you know, we were looking for an office space for probably over a year, and nothing really came up. Went to a few inspections, put a few offers on, and we really fell into this one. And we really this kind of fell into our lap. You know, it's definitely one of my passions. I think creating content was a massive thing for us growing up, and I think obviously I used to kick the footy with Dad and make videos with my sisters. So I think my two dreams have actually, you know, formed into one. Yeah, so I'm a sewer. I started sewing in COVID, so just kind of picked up Nana's sewing machine and then sort of like kind of started off by sewing things from the op shop and just kind of creating them into something new. And then people were kind of like, oh, these are actually really good, you should sell them. And I was like, oh, maybe I should. And then kind of posted them on Instagram, TikTok, kind of blew up a bit, and then kind of never looked back.
Oh, it's warm. It is warm, eh? You like it? Yeah, it's quite nice actually.
It's quite rare that I'm as close as I am to these two cups again, and when I look at it, the first thing that comes to mind is one, what a privilege and how fortunate I've been to be able to have my hands on it and be part of a premiership side. And I think every player that plays the game, no matter what level, wants to win a premiership, but to be able to do it at AFL level is just something that I'll forever cherish. Malcolm Blight in 1997, he spoilt the whole photo. When you both thrust that cup up, Malcolm grabbed the cup with his left hand, and as he raised it above his head, his arm covered his face, which was unfortunate. And I asked him, why did you grab it with your left hand and not your right hand? And he said, well, there's a good reason for that. I'd never been there before. So it was like a moment of humility from Malcolm. Back then, the lap of honour used to be an actual jog lap of honour, and everyone wants to just run with it, hold it, thrust it above their head. I've got this great photo of me standing sort of in amongst the cheer squad behind the goals, which is, you know, something that I've cherished. After the game in 1997 and after everyone had sort of showered and got changed, Malcolm asked us to just the players, go back out onto the oval, the MCG, and we put the cup down in the middle and we sang the song as a team, which was great. And then we had a photo. Malcolm at the time said, how about we make a pact, and we make a pact to come back here and be right here in this same spot this time next year. How good would that be? So we made a pact. In '98, we were actually able to go back and do that exact same photo, put the cup down and sing the exact same song again. One of the disappointing things about 1997 was the players that weren't able to be out there. Many were injured. That was one of the highlights in 1998, seeing Peter Vardy and Mark Rasciuto in particular get their hands on the cup. And, you know, I guess sometimes if you do miss out on playing in a premiership, you wonder, is that the only chance I'm going to get? And to win it again and to see those two guys who missed out through injury the year before experience it was something pretty special. Then in the days after the grand final, we did a regional tour. So we were able to jump in a small plane. On the second day, we flew to Ceduna. And Ceduna was stinking hot. It was about 40 degrees and very windy. And we got off this plane, a little bit worse for wear. And I think it might have been Sean Wren, jumped out of the plane. He held the cup up to the cheers of all the people that had turned up. And then he put it on the wing of the plane. And a big gust of wind came up and blew the cup off the wing onto the tarmac. And it was a pretty rough asphalt, so I think the handle might have got a dent in it, and there's some scratches on the front of the cup, and I think the Adelaide Football Club had to send it back to the AFL. They might have had to give it a bit of a polish and fix a few dents. This is the 1997 Premiership medallion. Now, it looks pretty modest, I must say. Now, at the time, when it gets draped around your neck, you get that sense of relief and satisfaction and achievement all in one, and it's just a dream come true. I keep it in a safe, and obviously because of that I don't really look at it or pull it out all that often. So yeah, it is a moment of reflection just to look at it. I guess when I stand here behind these two cups, I do reflect about the impact they've had on my life. And Malcolm did say the night of the grand final, he said, what's happened today will change your life, and it certainly has. So we're very lucky and very humbled to be the captain of such a great team.
Trent Henschel.
Definitely Sirioli.
James Hird.
Probably Tiger Woods.
I was a Crows fan, so I love Tex, love Sloaney. Yeah, I'll go with those two.
Mark Rasciuto and Andrew McLeod.
When I was growing up, my sporting hero was Simon Black from the Brisbane Lions.
Andrew McLeod.
Yeah, probably Mike Hussey or Alan Didak.
And probably Tex a little bit growing up.
Don't know if I can say I was a Port Adelaide fan, but no, I love watching Robbie Gray growing up.
Roger Federer.
I think would have to be Brett Kirk, and then obviously Tex as well.
Eden was quite footballer.
Sirioli and Buddy Franklin.
I'd say Andrew Swallow or Lindsay Thomas.
My favourite player was Andrew Lovett.
Usain Bolt.
Probably Jeremy Howe.
Josh Kennedy.
Mitchell Johnson.
Probably have to say Lionel Messi.
Probably Rory Sloane and Joel Selwood.
Eddie Betts.
Truman Connolly, Buck Allman, Ireland.
Daniel Bedgegood, Macra football captain.
Thanks for joining me, Steve.
You're welcome.
10th season this year.
I know, pretty crazy. Both of us, 10th season.
Can you tell us about your journey, where it all started?
Yeah, started in Darwin, got drafted as the 106th pick in the biggest draft pick that we've ever had. 14th for the club. Yeah, it's amazing. Actually to look back at how we actually have come from 2017 to right now, 2025. We have obviously gone through quite a fair bit, and having the 5 girls still being a part of this right now, it's amazing to see.
You had to make the decision to, I guess, move down to Adelaide.
I've been here for 9 years now. Well, 9 years coming. It's gone so quick. Adelaide is definitely home, and yeah, got engaged to an amazing partner, Tegan. Definitely changed my life in the aspect of what love is. And yeah, can't wait to build a life with her outside of footy.
Leading goal kicker, versatility across all lines.
Yeah, I'm very grateful for Doc for allowing me to have the space in all different lives and being that utility player to wherever he needs me, I'll play it, and I'll do that to my best ability. But having the support through teammates like you, yeah, it's good.
You work at Adelaide High?
I do. I do 2 days a week just because obviously footy's kind of taken on that pathway, but I love going to work and seeing the kids there. I've got a couple of kids that I work with, and they're amazing. They see me as obviously someone that they can look up to, but also I just want to go there and show them a little bit of fun, and obviously remind them that school's not that hard, even though I struggled. But it's a good reminder that the support work that we give to students that actually struggle, yeah, we're there to help.
Awesome. Thanks for joining me, Steve.
You're welcome.
That's it for today's show. We'll see you next Sunday morning from 11 on 7. Bye for now. Today's show was brought to you by Hungry Jacks.